Presented by State Farm. And 3 weeks away, Colin Gillespie will make his 5th straight start. Arena tonight, but a lot of Celtic fans in attendance. Jaylen Brown takes the first shot and he drains a three. And you hear the
15 seconds to get their first three up. We know that's what a lot of their possessions are going to look like.
22 games this year, they have made 20 or more threes. That is the most in NBA history. Almost 50% of their points come at the three-point line. Now, Phoenix is an excellent three-point shooting team. They don't make as many, they don't take as many, but they're one of the top three-point shooting teams in the NBA. In fact, they're second. A miss, though, by Booker from mid-range. Here's White. He'll pop. Miss a three. Long rebound, Horford. Brown left alone. And he's 2 for 2 to start the game.
Going to try to test the waters early. He gets 2 clean looks and he's off to a great start.
Booker to the corner. Ryan Dunn way off the mark, but there's Gillespie cleaning it up to get Phoenix's first points. What a find Colin Gillespie has been. They did not expect it to play out this way, but he might find himself on the playoff roster. More on that later. It's complicated. Porzingis for 3. 9-2 Boston.
Well, Phoenix has their hands full like every team in this league, cutting off penetration against Boston and then having enough speed to recover out to the three-point line when they've got you spaced out the way they do.
And
with Ryan Dunn, Colin Gillespie with 2 stars out there now. Booker taking on a lot of the playmaking and Kevin Durant doing this right here, operating in the mid-range. He has but especially lately with that particular shot right there.
He's 6th in the NBA in scoring at 27 points per game. Here's Holiday, 5 shot attempts, all takes 2 minutes into the game. Dunn's going to try again, way off the mark again. That's really not his strength. He's made 64 threes this year after barely making any in college. Porzingis thought about it. Horford in the corner. Now puts it on the deck, kicks it out. Brown wide open. Jaylen Brown misses. Porzingis there, and he missed the. I think he crossed.
It looked like 2 or 3 guys were in a zone. A couple guys were in man. They were completely confused, and they caught a break. Celtics miss an open 3 and a follow-up dunk.
Phoenix 26th in defense this season. Boston the number 2 defensive team in the NBA. Booker. Ryan Dunn again with the look, and this one's good.
He's earning more minutes because of his defense, and he's finding other ways to score with his slashing and transition.
And rebounding, 9 rebounds in each of his last 2 games. Meanwhile, Al Horford from deep, and Boston with 5 3-pointers in 3 minutes. Horford didn't play in Boston's last game, a win at Sacramento. That's when Tatum got hurt. This is game 4 of a 6-game road trip for the Celtics. They'll be in San Antonio next on Saturday. Durant working on Holiday, and he gets the bounce, his 2nd field goal.
Yeah, Drew Holiday as good as any, but at the end of that, you've got 6'11" shooting over a 6'5" guard.
Again, wide open shooters for Boston. Porzingis drill 6 for 8 to start the game. Haven't even played 4 minutes yet.
And they haven't really taken a contested shot yet from the perimeter.
Richards inside, has it knocked away. And now Boston in transition. They don't get a lot of fast break opportunities. And
so that they can kick the ball out
from that strange viral infection that cost him 8 games, but he's averaging 23 points per game in the month of March. Derek White from deep behind the arc.
And again, you know, you go under the screen against almost any of these Boston.
A series of different exercises, jumping off the ankle, jumping onto the ankle, and then, of course, as KD hits that shot there, go through his routine. Unfortunately, because he didn't feel right, and by the way, the decision came down to both him and the training staff. It was a
line after Gillespie commits the foul. First free throw attempt.
Traded the 3 for Durant, and a nice answer. Down here defensively, they went to a switch. I don't think they expected Al in that action. He dove, caught it. Colin Gillespie forced to take that foul.
Horford's got 5 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound. He did not play the other night. Here's Booker trying to get downhill. Well defended by Porzingis. Booker going to go back at him. Shovel pass, and that was He's been great as a distributor of late. Here's Durant at the elbow, and Kevin Durant points.
Yeah, he's not even hitting the rim on these shots. You know, he is absolutely loose. It's going to come down to this end of the floor, I think, all night for Phoenix. They're going to score enough points. Can they get stops?
They just forced a turnover there. Booker a pull-up three in transition. It's good. Phoenix back within 6 after trailing early, 21-9. Richards has Jaylen Brown now on the switch. Derek White on the spot up. Off the mark on the triple try. Rebound Booker. Booker hit the game winner for Phoenix in the win over Milwaukee a couple of nights ago with 2 seconds left as Gillespie fires. Rattles that one down. Back-to-back pick.
Created by Devin Booker, sneaking in for the offensive rebound and then finding a wide open Gillespie.
Horford corner three. Normally his spot. Not good, that shot. And Phoenix on an 8-0 run. Looking to maybe tie it on this possession as Holiday knocks it out of
the game to take a challenge unless they were 100% certain the information that they gave Joe Mazzulla.
Mike Budenholzer, the Phoenix head coach, was upset because he thought that they had already given the ball to Royce O'Neal to inbound, therefore it was too late to surgery. Misses. Anthony Davis is back. TNT Celtics road trip. Rockets Lakers in that battle for the 2 seed in the West. Right now it's Houston, a couple of games up on Denver, Memphis, and the Lakers. What a win for the Lakers tonight in Indianapolis on the LeBron tip-in. Durant off the bounce, his first miss after a 4-for-4 start, cleared by Porzingis.
Really good defense there by Hauser. He timed that contest perfectly, knowing Durant loves 2 dribbles left, pull up. Hauser palm on that contest.
Drew Holiday will let it fly. No good. So 3 straight misses now for Boston from behind the arc. 12 of their 13 shots have come from 3. Here's Booker. He's too strong on that 3-point attempt. Done with a quick putback. No good, but the Richards tip in.
Offensive glass, much more active and confident. Nick Richards helping him clean it up.
Porzingis cans another one. He's 3 for 3 from
9 feet. You're asking a big to give any sort of help on the ball screen and then recover out that far. Such a tough ask.
8 3-pointers and 2 free throws. Well, they pull up for 3 here in transition. They might. No, Holiday instead drives. I think Phoenix assumed they would, and so Holiday gets the easy. Booker's got 5 assists early on, and 12 on Monday, and the win over Milwaukee, and 10 in the victory against Cleveland. He's now 9th in the league in assists. As Jaylen Brown hits the deck, Pritchard. As Booker has started 57 games, but with Gillespie playing well, with Beal out, Jones has been terrific as a reserve. Here's Peyton Pritchard, right now the front runner for 6th man of the year. Set the NBA record for 3s off the bench. That one's no good, but kept alive by Horford. And now Hauser for 3.
Breaker, you force the tough first shot, and a long rebound comes off in the middle of the lane. You don't collect it, Boston gets another opportunity.
Iguodala with the save off the pass from Booker. Now Booker with a flyby and soars to the rim for the flush. Booker 5 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds in the first quarter. Ton of offense here in the opening frame. Holiday driving, got deep on Durant. Durant thought
he might have had enough where they didn't see it conclusively.
Holiday with the free throws. Meanwhile, checking in for Phoenix, Cody Martin, who's gotten into the rotation. His 6th game as a Sun. Joined the team in a trade in early February for Yusuf Nurkic. Spent his first 5.5 years in Charlotte. And Durant. 12. Phoenix back within 4. 2:20 on the clock here in the opening quarter. Horford deep, goes right up over Martin and put in year 18, 38 years old. Think how long ago those back-to-back championships at Florida. Almost 2.
You see, he saw the floor spread that time and had an opportunity to put his head down.
Richard picks up his 2nd foul. Keep an eye on that. He drives and kicks here. Holiday through the lane. Goes with the left hand. No good. Jones quickly ahead to Iguodala. Chance maybe to tie it here for Phoenix. And Durant's got Horford on him, so he wants to clear up. Durant goes behind the back. Can't hit the pull-up jumper. Phoenix at 35-37 on the year. They won 6 straight games at home. Boston has won 5 straight on the road. The last road loss was at Detroit in February. Holiday, sweet move to the cup. And let's
compromise you because you're so spread out with your help defense because of the three-point shooting. Drew Holiday had time to work his man with the dribble in the paint and get to the shot.
Holiday's got 9 points. Pritchard pulls up for 3, and Peyton Pritchard on the year, 233 as a reserve. That's the most in a single year in NBA history for a bench player.
And the Celtics 10th made 3 of the first quarter.
Durant able to connect again. He's got moment. The Celtic record is 245 made threes by Isaiah Thomas back in 2017. So Pritchard's going to get that here in the next couple of games. Goes in first quarter points for the Celtics.
Job defending the paint. Got to do a better job. Our communication on some of our coverages. So yeah, we just got to clean up our D.
Without Tatum out there, what do you guys need to do to kind of make up for his unavailability?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's the defense. So regardless of who's playing, we got to defend at a better level.
Joe, good luck. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, guys, back to you.
Well, on defense, clearly they could play better defense, but the way Kevin Durant right now is going offensively, I'm not sure anybody can stop him right now.
No, you saw it right from the first trip. He just got into his shot that level.
He's got 16 points, age 36, year 17. It's not impossible to see him the way he plays, how tall he is, the way he shoots the ball, playing 4 or 5 more years if he wants. Porzingis with the basket lead Boston.
It's a real challenge here for Phoenix when Boston goes to this double big lineup with Cornet and Porzingis. And Phoenix out here with 4 guards and Iguodala. This is going to be a challenge for the Phoenix Suns.
Good defense by Cornet, getting the block. And then role player setting screens like that for White, missed the 3. But also Cornet has scored lately. 26 points in his last 2 games. First back-to-back games in double figures this season. Grayson Allen, no good on the 3. White with the rebound. Allen checking in for the first time tonight. Played only 12 minutes on Monday. He had been injured, missed the last couple weeks, had 3 points in the win over Milwaukee. Last 2 games against Cleveland and Milwaukee been arguably the 2 best wins for Phoenix since they started the year 8-1. Won 7 in a row during that stretch to begin the year. They're on a 4-game win streak entering tonight. No look pass by Martin, picked off by Hauser. Porzingis lines it up. Missed that one, rebound Iguodala. Now Booker. 5 assists, 5 points. And it's
good defense collapsing on him at the rim.
Pritchard turns it over, trying to hit Cornet. And again, Booker looking to push. Martin's going to try a 3. Martin 2 for 14 in 6 games now as a Phoenix Sun. Be interesting to see what his role looks like if the Suns get into the play-in. They're currently tied for 9th right now for Sacramento.
But he and Ryan
expect to go to Milwaukee, New York. They have 10 threes and 6 twos and 4 made free throws. Booker off the bounce, pulls up and connects. Devin Booker.
So he's setting the table really well for his teammates, but with Kevin Durant off the floor, I think you're going to see now a more aggressive scoring Devin Booker over these next few minutes until Durant comes back on the floor.
A lot of people thought last year Phoenix needed to get a point guard. They went out and got Tyus Jones and Monte Morris as well as Porzingis, but Booker has been playing point and doing a great job of it for the most part.
His assist numbers off the charts during this stretch, and he just has a great feel right there even. You're creating that shot off simple ball screen and then a reversal.
And you and Bud were on the same page, both talking about they're going back to when Ryan McDonough was the GM here. He was really the first to push Booker towards playing that point guard spot. A lot of people thought he could do it and do it well as Hauser hits a 3.
It's are shooting 60% effective field goal percentage off his passes, which is the 3rd highest in the NBA behind Darius Garland.
To corral him, now he's just reading where the passing angles are out of that traffic better than he ever has.
Here's Allen on the spot up. Off target on the three. Martin got the offensive rebound. Shovels it to Richards, who scores at the rim. 7-point lead for the Celtics. Currently second in the East, and pretty much that's where they're going to stay. Richards 3, no good. They are 5 back of Cleveland in the loss column for the top spot. So barring a miracle, the Celtics would be the 2 seed. Here's Jones for 3, no good. Celtics have already lost more games than they did all of last year, but right now playing as well as anybody in the league. Brown last 2 games, first time all season.
In this conversation as a relevant team in the Eastern Conference playoff picture.
Last night, you, me, and George are sitting there. We're going through all the possible Coach of the Year candidates, and it just kept coming back to J.B. Bickerstaff. Given where the Pistons were last year to where they are now
through the season, and you're talking about them being a year ago.
Legs with 10 games left, it's possible they could get the Indiana losing earlier tonight on ESPN against the Lakers. So Devin Booker now with 9 points. Phoenix back within 7. Jaylen Brown, another wide open look. Out of bounds. Boston on the road, Milwaukee on the road, at Madison Square Garden. They have games against the Warriors and Jaylen Brown basket. Brown with 10 points. Phoenix is 1-2 against Sacramento. If they beat the Kings the last day of the regular season, they actually would win the tiebreaker because they have a better division record. Booker's 3 not there. And the Suns have the tiebreaker with the Mavs. And they're obviously, most importantly, playing great basketball, but that schedule is daunting to finish the year. Jaylen Brown got the hot hand right now. No Tatum tonight. And Porzingis on the bench, but he missed that shot. Rebounded by Booker's quarter. His first action here in the second quarter. Colin Gillespie getting the start for the 5th straight game. Suns without Bradley Beal tonight. No timetable yet for his return, according to Bud. We talked to him before the game. Shot clock at 8. Gillespie puts it on the floor, and Gillespie missed it. Horford with the rebound and quick outlet. 7 points, 4 assists, 4 boards for Horford. Now a wide open 3, and that is the 12th three-pointer for the Celtics.
Because their bigs love to trail, whether it's Porzingis or Horford. You're hustling back defensively to get to the paint. Potential for Phoenix. A quarter and a half into the game.
Booker on the baseline. Triple team. Finds Richards.
Fine. When he's at the rim and draws more than one defender. Pocket passes, lobs, kick out threes. That's the play that Devin Booker's been making during this recent stretch.
Brown draws the rookie Ryan Dunn. Cornette set a great screen, but he could not finish the alley-oop. Right idea by Jaylen Brown. Booker trying to create some space. Richards is going to get. Devin Booker will take a seat.
Kevin Durant sat a long time after that hot start. He's only going to get 4.5 minutes here to close the half.
In case you're wondering, the record for threes is 29. The Celtics tied that record on opening night against
in the league by a wide margin.
Legs, if only you had been born 20 years later.
I wish my parents met 25 years ago.
Another 3 for the Celtics. This one by Derek White. That's the 13th three-pointer for Boston. Lead back to 14, or up to 14 now. It's the largest lead of the game. Royce O'Neal can't answer. Celtics ball. 4-minute mark. 62 points for Boston already. White drives. Holiday gets in the basket. 64.
To take away the 3, but then there's no help up if they want to have a shot tonight.
13 of the Celtics' first 14 attempts were 3-point shots. They're 13 of 26 for the game from 3 as O'Neal with an air. There's too many threes in the NBA, but when they're wide open, you're going to shoot them. There's another one. Horford missed it. Porzingis.
Actually is because you've got the deep shooting back attempt.
Based on what you've watched now for 85% of the season, is Boston still right now? Is Cleveland the team?
I look at it this way. I look at teams and say relative to their ceiling, and I think Boston's ceiling still to that point in the finals. Those are 2 teams that are better than any team that they faced last year in the postseason.
even with the way Dallas was playing last year.
Both of those teams, Cleveland and Oklahoma City, are more complete. Dallas got on a roll, and Luka Doncic is special, but
10 straight points for Boston and up to their largest lead at 20, 68-48. Booker's 3 off the mark. Rebound Horford. Brown one-on-one against Booker. Brown with 13 points. Great passing by the Celtics. They working around the horn and swishing home a three-pointer.
That is a clinic, and that is demoralizing. Get there in time, and you've got to get off the ground, though, at least, and get vertical on that contest. But that was one of Boston's best possessions of the night.
And they've had a lot of good ones. 17 assists and just 2 turnovers. And with no Jason Tatum, and the way Phoenix have been playing, a very disappointing first half defensively, giving up 71 and counting. 73 with Porzingis laying it home. It's a 25-point game and a must-win. Really, every game down the stretch feels that way for the Suns to get into the play-in. Durant with his first quarter on 6 of 8 shooting.
Yeah, that stretch of 10 minutes plus where Kevin Durant does not get a shot attempt. You're trying to match a team with this kind of firepower. I think that's something that they might want to have over again.
Horford in and out. Porzingis
asked him what he liked about that second quarter. He said the defensive intensity was ratcheted up. And in regards to Kevin Durant specifically, he said that they did a much better job of keeping 5 sets of eyes on him. He loved their shot profile in regards to their shooting. You mentioned their 14 threes. He thought a lot of them came on catch and shoots, which is where they excel. For Phoenix, though, I spoke to Chad Forcier, their assistant coach, and he lamented their defense in the sense that he felt like they needed to trust their scheme and run it with more intensity. And sometimes it's as simple as just closing out harder and doing the little things harder, Dave.
Well, the defense had been better during this 4-game win streak. With wins over Cleveland and Milwaukee and a hot Chicago team during that stretch. They've got it to 16, but they give up who has 12.
Al Horford taking advantage of that hot shooting first half, knowing the closeouts are coming harder, so he could just up fake and get to the rim pretty easily.
Boston in the middle of a 6-game road trip as Porzingis gets the block on Richards. No Tatum tonight. Maybe he'll be back for the Celtics' next game in San Antonio Saturday. Brown's pull-up jumper no good. Phoenix is in Minnesota Friday. Each team with 9 games left after tonight. Gillespie, corner 3, no.
Players for Phoenix, Ryan Dunn, Gillespie, Royce O'Neal. Those guys are going to have to knock down their share of threes with the amount of attention that Booker and Durant are getting from Boston defensively.
Horford in the lane, spins and fires to the corner. White's 3, no good. Horford had the putback attempt blocked. Second
double figures, and it's incumbent upon those guys to knock down the open lead, come out and have that many clean looks in the first 6 minutes. You're setting up your night defensively. Going to have to make some threes, and that is where these role players come in.
No Bradley Beal for the 5th straight game. Injured left hamstring. No timetable yet for his return. Booker no good. The tip won't fall either from Dunn. And the Suns have a decision to make in the next couple weeks on Colin Gillespie. Horford 3 not there. And a player to make room for Gillespie, and they have not made that decision yet.
Ultimately, I think he's earned it, a right to stay. Now, I don't know ultimately what his role will be in the postseason once they get Bradley Beal back, but he's become a crowd favorite, and there's no doubt he has helped stabilize them.
Durant. Booker's got 9 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. The other star for Phoenix. Porzingis, corner 3, White. It's good. And that's the 5th.
It's so tough because they did a good job taking away the look by Porzingis, but he's able to put it back down and then go make a play for a corner shooter.
White's got 9 points, 3 3-pointers, turnover, and a 2-on-1. Booker did a great job there to break that up and then
forces that ball off Derek White.
Here's Booker, who has not scored in the last 10 minutes, working on Holiday, goes right into his chest. Holiday takes a seat, no whistle, done. Off the mark on the 3. And then down court is Horford for the slam.
Decision by Kevin Durant, who gave it right back to him. It was pretty clear he did not want that look. I think Durant should have held on to that ball and created some offense.
And Ryan Dunn's taken the most three-pointers tonight for Phoenix.
Mixed in an occasional three, the way.
Only one three-point shot attempt for Durant tonight. Points now, first points of the third quarter for Book. Back to a 19-point game, which is nothing. Being down 19 is nothing these days in the NBA. A forced turnover by the Suns defense. Done in transition.
Earns 2 free throws.
And Dunn missed them both.
Neither really close. It's just something he's going to have to tighten up to add more value to his game, because this end of the floor, he brings a lot.
What a move by Jaylen.
As I'm lauding Ryan Dunn's defense, Jaylen Brown must have heard me and said, let's see if he's got an answer for this.
Richards. Jaylen Brown has 18 points tonight to lead the Celtics in scoring, playing without Jason Tatum. Just the 7th game that Tatum has missed this year. Hurt his ankle in the last Celtic game against the Kings. Warmed up, was actually upgraded from doubtful to questionable, but did not suit up. Here's Brown for 3. Good. Jaylen Brown.
Knowing he's going to have more opportunities without Jason Tatum on the floor tonight, and he got into a rhythm early, and he's got it all working right now.
And he was under 10 points his last 2 games, first time since February of last year. 2-game stretch where he did not reach double digits. But he's broken out of that mini slump, if you will, tonight with 21 points. Holiday wide open, another three-pointer. Would play Sacramento right now in the 9-10 game. They have a 1-game lead in the loss column over Dallas, and they own the tiebreaker with the Mavs as well. A loss, though, would put Phoenix at 35 and 38. Booker
drawing that foul, and typically Phoenix will have an answer offensively when they hit a rough patch. This end of the floor, that's been the big challenge all night, catching up to the basketball against the Boston Celtics.
Giving up 90 points, 53% shooting, 17 threes. And again, most of those attempts came in that first quarter. He was 6 of 8. It's only 3 shots since. Now he's trying to defend Porzingis.
Put that hand in there.
The championship last year. And
huge NBA Finals before he went down, and wasn't really a factor in the rest of the series, and they still were able to win a title.
And he obviously was important last year to have him healthy, but given how Cleveland is built, that they have to face the Cavs, if it gets to that point with those double bigs that Cleveland has, you would imagine Porzingis will be very important in that series. He gets Booker there. Porzingis with an easy basket. 27-point game, largest lead for Boston. O'Neal for 3, no good. Phoenix 5 of 23 from 3. Jaylen Brown with that jab step. He wants to isolate here on O'Neal. Brown gets past his man, lobs it up for.
No matter who it is.
At the time when Jaylen Brown was drafted, we were doing a lot of Cal basketball games. Bill Walton was the color analyst. And obviously he and Danny Ainge are tight. Bill would ask Danny, who are you here? I'm here to watch Ivan Rabb. In part because he probably knew that if Walton heard him say, I'm here to watch Jaylen Brown, that it would end up on TV. So he kept saying Ivan Rabb, Ivan Rabb. And then Jaylen Brown is drafted 3rd overall by Boston, and the rest is history. He was not there to see Ivan Rabb. Here's Booker, blocked by Porzingis. Saved by Pritchard. But if you remember Jaylen Brown, that 1 year at Cal, he pretty much would put his head down and drive. Was not known as a passer or a shooter, but very smart player, tough, and he's turned into a terrific NBA player.
That ultimately is what
technical foul, so Brown will stay at the line. But that's, I think, with Jaylen Brown and Jason, that they are. When they were drafted, and at that time, Boston was not
fire a Kristaps Porzingis, a Drew Holiday, a Derek White. Answers, at least temporarily. He's had a hot night all night. I don't think Kevin Durant's had enough shots in this game, to be honest.
At stake. And he was on the bench as part of the
kind of expected without Jason Tatum, as much as Boston switch onto him. So he got some smaller guys on him, and he got cooking early, but Boston just was unrelenting with their offensive attack.
Martin's 3 around and out. So Durant has 2 threes. He's 2 for 2. The rest of the team is 4 for 21.
And this is the second best three-point percentage team in the NBA. So this is a really rare off night for them from the three-point.
And it's a 32-point game.
The dual threat that he is, the post, the three-point shooting, and then also you've seen a number of times today defensively what he does in the lane and the way he takes away space and daylight.
Durant will rise, and it's an air ball from three-point land. Boston trying to make it 7 straight wins, or is catching fire at the right time. The playoffs start in just 3 weeks. Tyus Jones prior to that hit.
And he's only taken 2, and he shot 49% from the 3 in March, so he hasn't been as involved as he has been recently either.
Porzingis stepped out of bounds.
Our defense are rebounding and crashing. All right, here we go.
And they're doing all those things and more. It's been a complete performance tonight for the Boston Celtics. 31-point lead with 2 minutes to go. Martin has it blocked.
Here's not Cornette with a hard closeout, full extension.
Second block for Cornette. Brown's 3 short. Rebound O'Neal. Porzingis staying on the floor with 28 points. He's got the last 7 for Boston. Corner 3. Line drive swishes through for Martin. Phoenix will head on the road to play Minnesota on Friday. They've lost 7 in a row to the Wolves, including 4 in the playoffs last year, 3 this year in the regular season. They still have to go to Boston, Milwaukee, and New York, play the Warriors and Thunder. It'll be a very difficult schedule. They try to. Celtics are rolling. 27-point lead for Boston. 18 made threes. 10 of those came in the first quarter. On pace for more than 140 points tonight. Derek White misses the 3, but there's Horford. He's had a great night all the way around. And Hauser pointer.
Yeah, Phoenix, with a smaller lineup out there again. You have 2 bigs for Boston. It led to the offensive rebound by Horford, just too big for Grayson Allen. And again, second opportunity. Boston just murders you with those chaos possessions.
Martin looking for some help after he stopped his dribble. And Hauser gets a deflection, forces a turnover. Backdoor cut by Holiday. 26 assists for the Celtics. 17 of those have come on the 19 made threes. Here's Devin Booker. Just 4 of 11. He's got 8 assists. Just 13.
Difference maker for Boston. Just 30 in Boston with his just effect all over the floor on both ends.
Hauser gets another deflection. White tried to lob it to Cornette, broken up by Tyus Jones. Booker underneath, Iguodala with the slam. Celtics are on the road for 2 more games at the Spurs on Saturday. We'll see if Jason Tatum is back, dealing with an ankle issue, and then they'll finish up the road trip in Memphis on Monday night. This will be their 14th road win in their last 5. Derek White with 4.
And I'm so impressed with how much quicker Derek White gets his shot off than when he first came into the league. And I think a lot of that has to do with playing here and the opportunities from the three-point line that Joe Mazzulla wants you to take. He is constantly ready before that ball gets to him.
To your point, he's taken 10 shots tonight. They've all been threes. He's made 4. Plumlee on the court for the first time tonight, misses that one.
And 12 of his last 15 games, he has taken more than 10 threes.
On the year, White averaging a career high 16 points per game, shooting 39% from 3, career high in made threes 241. White in the lane, his first 2-point attempt, and he makes it.
He's such a good player. He's so patient and so aware, so smart. That's why he has fit in seamlessly from the very beginning when he arrived in Boston.
He'll be on the all-defensive
scene in his time in the league, and he loves that exact type of closeout.
2 more free throws for Grayson Allen. Take a look at our upcoming NBA, because that's a big game in the West standings. For more at NBA.com. You've got 2 games right now separating 2 through 5 in the West with Houston, Denver, Memphis, and the Lakers. One of those teams is going to have to start on the road in the first round of the playoffs. Lakers got a huge win tonight on LeBron James putback at the buzzer. Highlights of that coming up on SportsCenter. Lakers ending a 3-game losing streak. Indiana had won 5 in a row. Holiday with another great rhythm in this game. Step back 3, not there for Holiday. Plumlee rebounds. Allen trying to go baseline, out to Tyus Jones. 3-pointer from Jones, got it. Second 3 ball for Jones.
Yeah, he's been in such a rhythm. Just not a lot of looks tonight, but he has been lighting it up for the Suns for well over a month from the 3-point line. It wasn't just one bucket, it was a bunch of them thrown there to allow the Celtics to hire night. So you try not to draw too much from this. You've got to get back to a very difficult schedule and continue to play the way you have over the last couple of weeks.
The margin for error gets slimmer and slimmer. The more losses that pile up, and you get to this stage of the year with the schedule. Now, we don't know at this point, with the teams that they have, where's Oklahoma City going to be late? Are they going to want to rest anybody? Is Boston, when they meet again, going to want to rest anybody? Is Dame Lillard going to be back? What about Giannis? Is he going to be? So, you know Golden State's going to be playing for something, but not everybody on that schedule we just showed you may have that same sense of urgency that the Celtics have right now. .122.89. 5 minutes gone by in the 4th. Booker can't bank it in. Just 4 for 13 tonight for Booker. Peyton Pritchard's had a quiet night. 7 points. 1 of 6 from 3. Candidate for not only 6th man of the year, but most improved player in the NBA. Taylor Shireman stripped.
Grace torn ACL, and speaking from some experience with a matching set of ACL tears, I know what she's got ahead of her over the next 9 to 12
quarter. Porzingis 30 points, Jaylen Brown 24. Horford had 16 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks. And again, no Jason Tatum. Still Boston with a great game. Torrey Craig, former Sun, getting some action here as well. Pritchard off the mark on the 3. A rare rough night shooting for him. 1 for 7 from deep. Only got a couple more weeks to fill out the ballots, and it'll be interesting where Pritchard is concerned, because there really are 2 awards that he's in the mix for: 6th man of the year and most improved player.
As you see, Bol knocked down 3. He just has a knack for scoring. Sometimes he's in the rotation, sometimes not. Either way, he knows how to put the ball in the basket. But Peyton Pritchard, what a dramatic increase in his role with this team from one year to the next.
A teammate of Bol for
in there with him about when Tatum has been out or guys have been injured, as Bol have stepped up in a big way, and no one has stepped up in a bigger way in Tatum's absences than Peyton Pritchard. So the Celtics are 12-2 over the last 2 seasons when Tatum has missed. Pritchard has the biggest increase in points per game. He goes from 11.8 to 20.
And that Jason Tatum has
3 weeks away from the start of the playoffs. Which imagine that they would face the winner of that 7-8 play-in tournament game. And right now the 7 is Atlanta. Orlando is the 8. And so that would be that first-round matchup.
And what you've seen tonight is an example of, there are 3 teams in this league this year with Boston, Cleveland, and Oklahoma City that when they play to their highest level, they're just different than everybody else in the league right now. And that's really what this was for Boston tonight, the way they started this game.
Is there a 4th team? Is it Denver? Is it the Lakers? Is it the Knicks if they're healthy?
Who is the 2nd best team in the Western Conference? I think that is where the answer to your question is going to come from. Who is that, though? We're not sure. At different times, it's been different teams that you've looked to out there. Could be any of the teams that you just mentioned.
Monte Morris for three. Shireman, it's worth it.
I don't want to miss that on the way back to the hotel, so I might just stay at the arena to watch that segment.
Well, after watching you throw down all those fries last night, I can imagine that you're a big tater tot guy, and I think you'll appreciate Richie Saunders even more when you hear the story coming up. Shireman for three, no.
Did a good job with those fries last night, by the way.
Yeah, thank
you. Handled that pretty well.
Morris on the drive. George, are you a tater tot guy?
I'm anything potato guy, and I will say this: we need to compliment the chef here, Legs. To your point, chef on a nice eye at the Pash Mansion here.
Watch some games, eat some great food.
It was great to have you guys, and only I made tater tots. This would have really brought the night all together for the Saunders family and the Passion. So Phoenix is going to fall to 35-38. This will end a 4-game, and they've got to go on the road to Minnesota. 54-19. 7 straight wins, matches their season high. 12 out of 13 with the only loss to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, you watched the team tonight with laser focus. That, as you mentioned during one of the breaks to me, they're just in playoff mindset right now. And they put on a show tonight, the way that they got cooking early in this game. Very difficult to corral them once they've gotten loose, and they certainly got loose, and their best players played great. Jaylen Brown was sensational. Kristaps Porzingis had a huge night as well.
21 three-pointers, 44 paint points, 20 made free throws. Three-pointer from Damian Lee. And now Boston gets a couple days off. They hope to get Jason Tatum back for their game Saturday against San Antonio on the road.
And they showed Jason Tatum on the bench a little while ago, and he was practicing his golf swing in Antonio because they've got 2 days off right before they play their next game.
Now the consistency of the Celtics in a year where the Suns are one of those teams, the Boston, and that's a testament to Joe Mazzulla, the head coach, and the leadership in that locker room.
And so much attention has gone to Cleveland and Oklahoma City, justifiably so for the years that they've had. But you look up right now, and the way Boston is playing, this will be 12 out of 13.
On 7 of those teams plus 500, including another game against Boston.
And we just witnessed my least favorite thing in sports, the intentional shot clock violation. You know how I feel about that, Dave? Boston dribbling the clock out.